Happy Wednesday. Thanks for the host, Sherry. How y'all doing? Oh shit. Uh I'm just out setting out the bat signal. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Just wanted to hop on because I need to get these hours in so I can get that affiliate. You feel me? Hi TJ. I'm back. It's been a while, right? I was on Malk's page the other day. We were talking about astrology and I got on here, but it was really late, so I gotta do it a little earlier. I don't have no music because I had to figure out how to get my laptop to operate properly with music playing without it like glitching or whatever. So, what y'all up to right now? Let's see, y'all on the West Coast, so it's about 8 o'clock. We meet again. How'd y'all like that 90s stream though? That was taking me back. I was so many places. I was at cookouts. I was at my mom's car while she driving with her 40 in a paper bag. I was everywhere during that stream. You know how it like your mind when you hear a song, it just takes you somewhere. I was all over the place. Good times, man. You gotta revisit the good times and music it does that for real. It really does take you to wherever you try and go. Yes, right to the moment. And I think for me, 90s, early 2000s, best music, the best music. Before the gibberish and the stuff that just don't even make sense and the yelling and the weird noises. But yeah, it's been a while. Um, I be wanting to DJ like my playlists and watching Mouth DJ makes me want to DJ. But I don't got them hands. He be moving on fast. I could type fast. If I had to do a typing test on Twitch, I would pass that. Um, funnel cake in the house. Funnel cake, funnel cake. We missed you, Sherry, in the 90s stream. I think I'm gonna have to send out the bat signal like maybe 20, 30 minutes before the live stream actually happens. Because I know for me, I don't get notifications. If I'm not active in the app after a certain amount of time, I don't get any notifications, like whisper notifications. So, yeah. But you can join my Discord and I'll post in there. Funnel cake does sound good, right? Sherry's the funnel cake master. I really want to make some. And it can be vegan. So, yeah. But what are y'all doing right now? Sherry, where are you at? Are you in the East Coast? No lie, I used to go to the fair just to go get funnel cake. Like, that was it. I really didn't care about the rides. It was funnel cake and socializing. That's it. Sometimes some cotton candy. Oh, you're in Chicago? Okay. So it's about 8 o'clock there. It's 5 o'clock here on the West Coast. On the West Coast. Hey, Queen Nikki. Right. Those rides were expensive, yo. They be like 8 tickets for $42. Excuse me? I don't think so, sir. You get this funnel cake. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna mess with people, and I'm gonna laugh, and that's it. So if you see right there, is a link to my Discord. You can click on that and join it if you'd like, and you can get the notifications in there. So that way you don't miss out on a stream. Or you can also subscribe. I mean, not subscribe. I'm getting ahead of myself. I got to get affiliate first. Turn on my notifications. But if you're like me and you follow a bunch of people, then it's easy to miss a notification on Twitch too. Um, I'm not on Instagram right now. I don't have that. But you can still follow me on there. I'll be back on there eventually. I do have another page that I'm gonna start posting from. It's Monet's Place _ That's gonna be for like inspiration and stuff like that. More so than like personal business or whatever. Go ahead and whip some funnel cake up, Milk. We'll have funnel cake and fried rice. Um, crazy. Yo, I had to unfollow people because there's people I don't even watch. Being in DJ Richie Rich's chat, following all these people, and then I'm getting all these notifications, and I don't even watch most of them. So I gotta start unfollowing people. TJ, you need to start streaming because you popping on Twitch, okay? Hey, Shay Tay. How you doing? We're just on here talking about funnel cake right now because we hungry all the time. Um, so I was close to my reaching my affiliate, and then with the pregnancy and everything, I stopped streaming and I missed out on getting my affiliate, so I had to start over again. So my intention is to stream as much as possible. Okay. So I appreciate y'all coming in here and y'all hanging out with me. Probably gonna be on here for an hour. We'll see. We'll see. Cause Lil Leo over here is the boss. So if he wake up and he wanna eat, I gotta go. um my heart can't take it. So yeah, I don't really have a topic. Actually, no. I don't believe you, TJ. You don't know what to say. The chat, you just follow the chat. That's it. You could just get on there and sit. I bet you people will talk. Hi, Evange T. How you doing? Yes, little Leo over here making big lion noises. Y'all, I think Shayte, you were in the room, but Malk told the birth story the other day, and of course he had to use his voices and his noises to make it funny. It's been a lot going on. Time is flying by, and that's what I do know. We've got to make sure every day that we are showing gratitude and giving thanks and loving ourselves, because time is not our friend. Like, it doesn't even exist. It's just, I just look up and I'm like, dang, it's September, y'all. Next week is definitely Christmas Eve. Um, yeah, so that was like, dang, when was that? That was like 3 nights ago, I think. Oh, he's gonna tell it again on Friday. I'll let him tell the funny story and I'll tell the boring story, I guess. My version of it. But y'all, I did it. I did a home birth, had baby in a pool, in a kiddie pool in the living room. And I'm still like, it's almost like I can't believe I did it, because it's like, yo, I wanted to do it with my daughter, who's 5.5, but I wasn't in the right environment. So this time around, I got everything I wanted. everything I needed, and I gave birth to a 9 pound baby. So I just been, I guess I'm still kind of on a high. I was on a serious high for like 2 days. I had all this energy, and then that third day, whoo, child, that third day, my whole body, it felt like someone freaking threw me against a brick wall. It was crazy. And it gave me a whole new perspective on birth because I I felt like I felt everything. With my first pregnancy, I had an epidural, so I didn't feel. I went up to like 30 minutes before, like I would have not been able to have the epidural, right? So this time around, I didn't, no pain medicine, nothing. So I felt everything, okay? Everything. And it really gives you a different appreciation for your body, the process of actually having a baby. Like when I tell you I could feel him when he was wiggling down, like that was wild. Like it really was. Shayte said, how was he 9 pounds? Cause Malk's 6'12". Yeah. He was a 9 pound baby. Y'all only eat plants. Listen, the strongest animals only eat plants, Shayte. Stop it. Yes, I was all baby. I was all stomach. And I'm thankful for that. I was all stomach. I literally was back to my regular weight 2 days later. 9 pounds, and I'm going to say 21, 20 and a half inches. Maybe 21 inches. 6'12". Yes. I'm only 5'4", so to me, Malk is 6'12", okay? He's very tall. And our son is long. He's gonna be tall. I'm pretty sure he's almost 11 pounds right now. So I feel like a superhuman pushing out a 9 pound baby. Then I was having a lactation consult, and she's like, my son was 10. I had my son and he was 10 pounds. I'm like, damn, that extra pound, that makes a big difference. Yes. I say I'm fun size, and he makes fun of me. Oh my gosh. Burping after every contraction. That's really true. That's how he knew he was coming down. Every time he would come down, I would burp. It was I'm gonna let him do the sound effects. I'm not gonna do the sound effects, but that's really what happened. Cause when I got pregnant, like that's how my gas was. I wasn't throwing up and all that. I just was burping a lot. So when I was having him, that was like the reaction. Every time he came down, um, breastfeeding. Oh my gosh, Nikki. When I tell you he eats every hour almost, like, and yells. He yells for it. He's like he's a big baby, so he's gonna eat. He's going through a growth spurt right now, so he's eating like almost every hour. Right now he's asleep, but he just ate. He ate and then he went to sleep, and he just looks at me like, "You gonna feed me?" And then he goes to sleep. But I mean, breastfeeding is good because with my first pregnancy, I wasn't producing enough, so I only breastfed for like 3 months, and it was so heartbreaking for me because I really wanted to do it. So that's another thing. Now I'm like, I have an oversupply of milk. So it's like completely different experiences. And I'm eating a lot too. I'm always hungry. And I'm like, dang, why am I always hungry? Well, there's a person treating me like a buffet. So that's why I'm always hungry. Um, get to cooking. Chef Maljeez. And he can actually cook too. I got a maid over here, y'all. I'm just saying I'm thankful. Um, but yeah, like breastfeeding, I'm up every 2 hours at night. Like the was it yesterday? I was like nodding off like trying to stay up. I was so tired. I was so tired. But yes, I'm a whole buffet, and he got a free pass. He don't pay nothing. He just goes in, and when he don't get it right away, he be mad. That Leo be coming out. He's like, I'm gonna get it. It's mine, and I want it now. Roar! He be roaring. It's wild. But I'm thankful because I'm able to breastfeed, so I'm not gonna complain. I am tired. I could use a nap for like 7 hours, but that won't happen. So I'm still glowing. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. What's today? The 15th? It's already been a month. Today is a month, makes a month since he came Earthside. And after having the baby and then having the placenta, that was an experience too because when you get epidural, you don't feel that either. So literally, I think it came out 32 minutes or 23 minutes after. So I had him, and I'm just in the pool. He's on my chest, and then I start feeling contractions. I'm like, oh, like more contractions. Like it felt like cramps. It was really uncomfortable. So then, like I think it was 23 minutes. I birthed the placenta. What? A mall stripper maid? What does that mean? What are we talking about? Who's what? We're talking about milk. I'm so confused. Oh, you're my stripper maid, chef? Is that what you're saying? Um, so yeah, we did a lotus birth. A lotus birth is when you keep the placenta attached to the baby and you let it fall off naturally. So what we did was we had the placenta after I birthed the placenta, we put it in a bowl and we had it and we just let it stay overnight, and then the next day we cleaned it and we put salt on the bottom, on the top, and then you put herbs because usually it has a smell, but ours, my placenta didn't have any smell at all, so it didn't even need the herbs, but we did it anyway. And it was difficult, kind of a little bit, because you have to move this bowl and you have to be very careful that you're not letting the umbilical cord get like wrapped up or pull or tug or whatever. So I think it was after day 6, it didn't fall. No, maybe it was day 5. It didn't fall off, and it was just in the way. It was super hard, so we cut it to a certain length, and then on the 7th day, it just fell off by itself. So that was that was a very beautiful thing too, being able to um, keep the placenta on and let him get all the nutrients, because if you think about it, he's in there and he's getting everything he needs from the placenta. So when babies come out, they cut it right away, but there's still nutrients, there's still blood pumping. Like the umbilical cord was pumping when he came out. And when you cut that, you're cutting, it's like dramatic. It's kind of traumatic if you think about it. First of all, you're coming from amniotic fluid. You're coming from this smaller space with all this fluid, and you're just coming out into the air, and there's all these lights and all this craziness, and then they're cutting the placenta. Like, that's a lot for a body to handle. Um, so being able to keep that on and just allow the natural process to happen, that was a beautiful experience, and making sure that he got everything he needed from the placenta. I believe it only was like a day, maybe, that he was still getting something from that because the pulsating stopped, but just keeping it on and just letting it do its thing. So that was an experience in itself, carrying this big ass bowl, moving it around to make sure that it didn't hurt him. Um, and then we took the placenta and we buried it under the full moon, the Aquarius full moon. This sounds like a whole movie, like saying this out loud. This is a movie. Um, How long did it take for the cord? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I missed it because I was talking, so I don't know. Um, what was I about to say? Oh, we buried the placenta, yeah. And it just so happened that it fell off on the full moon. So we literally outside the tree, and the moon is like shining down on us. It was awesome. Um, I was in labor for 4.5 hours. It went fast. I was actually in labor the night before. I didn't even know it because my pain tolerance is kind of high. So I thought I was having Braxton Hicks. He's like, "That's a real one," and I'm like, "What's a Braxton Hicks?" He's like, "No," and it just kept getting more and more higher. They started at 15 minutes apart, and then it just escalated after that. It was like 1 minute I was making having contractions, coming out of them, making jokes, and the next minute I'm like, I couldn't even really talk, and it was intense. It was intense. It was a little traumatic because the contractions really got intense. I mean, that's what happens. Like, and one thing that I learned is breathing. I already knew breathing was important, but literally you push less when you're breathing. You breathe the baby out. With every breath through the contractions, you literally can feel the baby moving down without you even pushing. But your body naturally will be like wanting you to push because you want to get the baby out because this shit hurts. Like them contractions ain't no joke. And then depending on what position you're in, that adds to it too. I know you can't wait to tell the story with your animation. Yes, my favorite tree. How many pushes was it, Mal? I know I pushed him out in it was like 6 minutes. It felt like 6 hours, okay? And I caught him and he came out, he didn't cry, he was just chilling, laying on me. Um oh, you feel like you never had a child. Yo, when you do it naturally, like I'm thankful that I got to experience it both ways because like I said, it gives you a totally different appreciation, not just for giving birth, but for your body and how amazing your body is. Because during those contractions, there was one point where I was like, I can't do this. Like, this baby's not going to come out. I'm about to die. Like, I let my body overpower my mind. The feeling in my body overpowered my mind. Um, but Malk really, like, he deserves a trophy. Because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I could have did it. Like, I think I literally would have ended up at the hospital because he was there on me. He was in my ear. He was rubbing my back, my feet, talking to me. I'm not telling it wrong. He just wants to make the noises of when I was having the contractions. I didn't even know I could sound like that. And I'm really surprised nobody called the cops. Because I had him at 4 in the morning. So y'all imagine 4.5 hours of contractions and someone lives above you and you're like, yeah. I really am surprised no one called the cops. Um, But yeah, having that support, that is super duper important. Super duper. My first pregnancy, I did in the hospital. I didn't have anyone in there with me because I was just in a space where I didn't want that. I just wanted to be by myself and I just felt like energy wise, that's what I needed. This time around, I got exactly what I asked for, what I needed, and I'm thankful. I did make some crazy noises. I did. I'm not gonna do them though. I'll let him do them. I went all over the place with the story. I should have started from the beginning. But the craziest part was how I thought I was having Braxton Hicks, and then I'm gonna say 20 minutes later, them contractions really started to hit. they really started to hit. I remember I was walking down the hallway. I forget what I was doing. He told me to sit down and I did something. I went in the hallway and the contraction caught me. I'm in the middle of the hallway, bent over like, oh, I was talking about breathing. Okay. So I have this thing. I'm pretty sure it's from trauma from childhood, where I would hold my breath, especially during like uh moments of like anxiety or like if there was like some type of drama, hold my breath and not even realize I was doing it. So with pregnancy, with labor, that is so important, yo. Like if you're not breathing properly, it makes everything harder. And I know that at one point I lost control of my breath and my body was like, if you don't breathe, this is gonna be harder. So between breathing and yelling, it was awesome as far as how it came out. Yo, my neighbors upstairs moved out. I wonder if that's why. That'd be funny, right? Like, yo, they didn't know what's going on. They thought some Saw type stuff was going on. They like, we gotta get out of here. Um, what do she be doing? You sound like, oh my god. Y'all hear this over here? But yeah, um, that was my experience for the most part. You know, I skipped a lot of things, but I was thinking about the next time I give birth, and I'm like, I learned a lot. Squats, which Malcolm was kept telling me to do, but every time I do a squat, it would hurt, so I didn't do them like I should have did. Squats and breathing, really important, and hydrating, because I didn't drink the whole time I was in labor. I think I sipped my water maybe once or twice. He said you don't have time for tweets. I really didn't, but I make time because I need to get this money and to share this information. Um, yeah, so I don't want to do this again anytime soon. Okay. Um, just being honest, I need a little time, especially if I'm gonna have another 9 pound baby. But my body definitely snapped back, so I ain't tripping about that part. Well, it depends how you do them, I guess. Cause I used to do squats before, and I didn't have any knee problems. But doing squats pregnant when you weren't doing them like before your pregnancy, yeah, that's not fun. But that's something I learned that is helpful. Yoga, I mean, you could do yoga too. But the breathing part was like, that was major right there. Gotta breathe. So now I'm like consciously like, breathe, breathe. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. This is what it is. That's cause I'm young. I got pretty good knees, I guess. But if you don't use them, then guess what? You're gonna run into some problems. What they say, use it or you lose it. That's all. Squats make the thighs and the booty nice too. Forget the knees. Having children back to back. Listen, we don't have to do that right now. We decided to wait. It's okay. Whatever's meant to happen, it'll happen. But I know what a lot of things to look forward to next time and what to do. And I honestly feel like everyone needs to experience this, because it's really a beautiful thing and it really teaches you a lot about yourself. He wants y'all to know that he's around. But yeah, that's my story. And I'm sure that Mouth will provide plenty more details and noises and sounds for y'all Freaky Friday. And just remember that I may have sounded somewhat like that, but maybe not all the way. But yeah. I always said I wanted 5 kids, right? And then I had one and I was like, Then I went through certain things and I was like, I want kids, but I really doubt that I have kids because I'm not going to find someone that I can have kids with and trust and all that stuff. And then I met him and we had a baby. So would I push out 4 more of his gigantic kids? Yes. Back to back? No, I don't think so. As much as this one breastfeeds, I couldn't even imagine having another one on the boob. Like, oh my goodness. This is how the cows feel, man. That's wild. Yeah, his voices are hilarious. But all the women voices are like Elmo for some reason. I don't know why. They're like Elmo influenced. And when he was doing the noises I was making during contractions, that was embarrassing. I didn't like it. But I really sounded like that. And I really like it's crazy. I'm in labor and I'm really thinking like, is someone gonna call the cops? Because in the beginning I was trying to be quiet. And then it got to a point where it was like, listen, I'm gonna let these noises out because it's gonna help me. Wearing shoes. Well, hopefully by the time he's wearing shoes, we won't need them. We'll be we'll be in the tropics somewhere, walking around barefoot. Cause I don't got time. I didn't know. I never knew babies could grow this fast. Like, and I kept joking, saying I'm like, I'm gonna have a 9 pound baby. It was sure enough. That's exactly what happened. But I just wanted to get on, say hey to y'all, get some time in. I did want to talk about finish talking about being impeccable with your word. My hands aren't free right now, so also you got to make sure if you're not following Milk already to follow. Make sure notifications are on. We were on talking about astrology the other night. We want to do that more often because it's really important to share what we learned and also to help some people kind of understand or get a little insight about astrology because a lot of people are afraid of it and they run from it. But we're here to let everybody know there's nothing to be afraid of. Thank you, TJ. I wanted to get on so many times, but it just, you got to do it when it's the right time to do it and not force it. So that's the thing for me right now is just being patient being still, sitting in the house a lot, just to be able to go to the grocery store. Like, I be hyped. They'll be like, "You want to go do laundry?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like a dog. You know how you put a dog in the car and they got their head out the window and they're like, and they're smelling all the smells. That's how I feel. Just to go outside, like, cause that's just me. I like to be on the go. I like to be on the move. But you can't do that when you have a baby and you're breastfeeding. Like, you're their meal, you're their hydration, you're everything. So you got to be around, and you can't take them everywhere all the time until they're bigger. So it's like I'm practicing patience, I'm practicing being still, and I have my moments where I'm like, ugh. And I'll be like, can I go to the store? Can I go? Do we need mushrooms? Like, I just be wanting to get out the house. Oh, thank you, Sherry. We love it. We love Sharon. I love that dog. Do not hang your head out. Okay, I won't hang my head out the window, I promise. But inside, that's what I'm doing. Mentally, my head is out the window. I'm like that girl. Y'all remember Chappelle's show when he was driving in the car and she was twerking? That's how I be feeling when we get in the car, like bouncing my butt on Malk's head while he's driving. So excited. I like to be on go. The universe will show you what you need to be doing. And if you try to go against that, then you're going to get put on your butt. I think I've done pretty good because I ain't get put on my butt. So I'm doing something right. And while I'm here and I have this time to be still and all that, what am I doing? I'm reading my chart. I'm learning things. I learned a lot. Just even in these past like 2, 3 days, I've learned a lot. Like, I was on Milk Stream, I was talking about my moon square Venus in my chart, which has a lot to do with like not feeling satisfied and not feeling good enough and having like insecurities and stuff like that, which I had very strong growing up, like because being compared to other people. It also talks about having a relationship with the mother and being loyal to the mother and not to yourself. So understanding that you have to practice self-love. So to know that that's what I've been doing and to see that in my chart, it was just like confirmation. It was also letting me know there's still some things that I need to do, right? So it's been a learning experience. And sometimes you find stuff in your chart and you're like, man, this is wild. Like, I really have this placement. But you have to remind yourself that there's other energy within you to help you work through those. So even though I have that energy in my chart, that doesn't mean that it has to overpower me or I have to let it take control. It just means it's something I need to be aware of, and I need to be aware of and know how to get through that. Yes, Sagittarius, Mercury and Sagittarius. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm always down to go anywhere. Like, I don't even care. Let's go to Guatemala. Okay. What time we leaving? And I've always wanted to just travel anyway. If I can travel making money and eat, we good money. But yeah, so Moon square Venus, a square in your chart means there's a challenge. So you can think about it like fighting. It's like those two planets, well, Moon's not a planet, but the Moon and Venus are pretty much at odds. So you have to find a balance. The Moon represents your emotions, your subconscious, your inner self, and Venus represents love, like how you love, beauty. And so those two should be in harmony because when you think about love, you think about emotions. So you would think the Moon and Venus would be like happy together, but I have a square. So they're at odds. So there's certain things, especially with relationships, where I have to be more conscious in my doing things in relationships, especially intimate relationships. Because if I allow that energy to overpower me, then I will feel dissatisfied because I'll be looking for whatever it is that I need from our relationship. But the fact of the matter is, we can't get everything we need from our relationship. We have to get it from ourselves. And then our relationship will reflect how much we love each other. I mean, how much we love ourselves. So if you're in a relationship and you're always looking for the other person to make you feel some kind of way, that's showing you're not loving yourself. You're more so wanting them to love you, and you think by them loving you that you're going to love yourself more, but that's not how it works. You have to love yourself first. And that's just how you attract anything, how you attract the right people in your life, um, opportunities and things like that is how you get the what do you want to call them, the nuts out the way. You love yourself, and people, you can see people better. You can see who you need to be around, who you don't need to be around, and then you have to make a decision. Do I have enough discipline to not be around this person, to not talk to this person, knowing that being around this person and talking to this person is going to negatively affect me and it's going to throw off my energy field. So it's a lot of work, and you have to really be committed to it. Otherwise, like I said, you get your butt kicked by the universe. And once you know something, you can't unknow it. So once you know and you don't do anything about it, that's when those challenges continue to keep happening. So Malk said a square is a hard aspect in 90 degrees. A square is bound to produce tension between the involved planet energies. Yeah, so tension between my moon and my Venus. Just about to say, like, competition. Yeah, like competition. And then it's like the moon the moon wants to be independent and Venus wants to be independent. So you got two independent energies that are trying to overpower each other. That's a challenge right there. Um, but learning that, it made so much sense. I really looked back at my relationships and I reflected. And I'm like, wow, because growing up, you don't know what's wrong or what is like toxic for you when you're a kid. A lot of the things I was doing, taking care of the house and my sister and taking care of my mom, I wasn't supposed to be doing those things, but I didn't know. And that actually poured over into relationships because I always felt like I have to make sure everyone's okay. And as long as everyone else is okay, I'll be okay. And that was just a lie. That's just what I felt, though. Like, I was happy making other people happy and helping other people, but I wasn't always happy at the end. Like, at the end of the night when I went to go to bed, it'd be like, damn, like, when is someone gonna make me happy? But it wasn't about anyone else. It was about me putting all this energy into other people instead of myself. And that started at a very young age with my mom, the relationship I have with my mom. So knowing that and understanding that connection, I was able to see a lot of things in older relationships. Like, wow, now I see why that happened. Because I was loving them, just pouring out love into them, and I really wasn't worried about myself. And it didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to, because it wasn't being done in the correct manner. And I think that's one of the keys to a lasting relationship is you loving yourself and you letting the relationship add to your growth and help you expand, but not sitting and thinking that because you're with someone that they're going to make you love yourself more, or they're going to love you enough that you don't have to really put that energy into yourself, because that's just not true. Girl, you speaking to me right now. Okay, TJ. This is just how I see it. And I think if I would have had this conversation a couple years ago, I probably wouldn't have agreed. Like, I can love someone and they love me back and everything will be fine. But you really need to love yourself. And if you're not doing that, it'll be reflected in your relationships. It will. Whether or not you want to pay attention to that or do anything about it, that's on you. But that's the facts. Yeah, that Libra energy. My moon is in Libra, so Libra's like, you and you, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Not thinking about myself. That's just the energy in me. And I feel good when I make someone else feel good. But the fact of the matter is, I have to feel good because you aren't good to anyone else if you aren't good to yourself. And that's a fact. You can do everything good for everybody else and still be unhappy. Everything is within. Nothing is outside of you that's going to make you love yourself more. And if you think that that's what it is, then you just got to readjust the way that you're viewing life, because that's what we need to do. We're here to grow and expand, and we're here to know ourselves. So a lot of things that we learned growing up and a lot of our ways and our habits, we have to unlearn those and relearn. We know why we're here. We just have amnesia. We forgot. So we have to remember. We have to remember why we're here, and we have to remember what our purpose is. And we got to do that shit. Period. That's so ghetto. I'm always trying to take care of others and not myself. And then I'm empty. Yes, TJ, like, I know exactly what you mean. And you got to stop doing that if you want to be happy. That's what it comes down to. You know, you ask yourself, do I want to be happy? Yes. What does that look like? What do I have to do to make sure that I'm experiencing happiness, right? If you want to be happy, what do you need to do? You know, that's it. I want everyone to be happy, but I can't make everybody happy. Even if I do something good for you and you feel good, eventually that's going to go away. Because I can't be with you 24/7. I can't live your life for you. I can't think for you. So if I do something for you and it makes you feel good, that's great. But you got to make yourself feel good too. And I saw something the other day that someone put up, and it said, one saying that I think is BS is, if you don't love yourself, nobody else will. So they're saying they didn't believe in that. And I was like, wow, you know. And people are, you're entitled to your own opinion. I'm not going to say that you're a bad person because you feel that way, but thinking someone else is going to love you when you don't love yourself, that's a bad start right there. You have to love yourself. You are the most important thing in your whole entire universe. Like, you come here, when you came here, who are you with? When you were born, who were you with? It was just you, right? So why is it that we think we can go along life and getting happy, building happiness through other people? You came here by yourself. This journey is yours. You meet people, they come along, they show you things, but it's all on you at the end of the day. We definitely have to embrace those around us, though, that have the knowledge, that have understanding, and that know something, and stop telling people that they're wrong or that something's crazy, because the only way to find out is to explore it. You explore something, then you say, you know what, that's not for me. Cool. But if you go about life just like, nah, that's not right, that's crazy, I'm not gonna do that, or so and so told me this. The best way to find out is to do the work for yourself. Do the work for yourself. Do the research. And the way that something looks for one person, it might not look for another person. You know, someone can go through the process and have less challenges because the way that their energy is set up, they receive the information differently. You can't base how someone else goes off their journey off of how yours is going to be. It's not going to look the same. um as soon as you start loving yourself, everybody's going to love you, and hate you. You will see it. Yes, Smoke. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Yep. That's where I am right now. I'm noticing who is loving me and who is a hater. And that's another thing too, that Malk says all the time. Like, when someone's treating you some type of way, that's you. they're showing you yourself. So even if someone seems like they're being a hater, that's you got to ask yourself why. Why is that happening? What is it within me that is being reflected in that person? And I'm not saying that that means that you're a hater just because someone's hating on you, but it does mean that there's something going on energetically that needs needs attention, because we everyone is a reflection of us. So, and honestly, when you love yourself and you're doing things for you and you're really like doing the work, you're gonna attract yourself. Like, I'm a Capricorn and Mouse a Capricorn. You could have never told me I was gonna be with a Capricorn. You couldn't have. I'm not saying that you'll that means that you're gonna be with someone that's the same sign as you, but that right there was like, what? That was wild. And we do have a lot of similarities and we do have a lot of ways that we think alike, but we also have ways where we're different. And but there's not clashes because the communication is clear. So that's like the biggest thing, is being able to communicate and to be able to be open and be transparent and not be afraid of being judged because you fart or because you're you overthink things, right? I always said I wanted someone that would love me in the way that I love, and that's what I got, which is the true understanding and like the unconditional love where it's like, I understand you, I see you, I accept this, and I'm still choosing to love you. Like, that's like the best love ever that you can receive from someone, and that's the love you should give yourself. Like, you look at yourself, you like, you are the greatest. And then you attract someone that looks at you like, you are the greatest. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm doing here? Scorpio rising. The person is very jealous. She is jealous of everybody she is around. Um, Sherry, so the person, you said the person is always jealous, and then Malk said Scorpio rising. So with the chart, he said that because his Scorpio rising, your rising or your ascendant in your chart shows how people look at you. So before you even say anything, like you just walk into a room, people get a certain energy from you. So for example, with his Scorpio rising, Scorpio is mysterious. They can be possessive, jealous. They have a very like dark energy. Dark doesn't mean negative either, but they have a dark energy, like they're into like the underworld and death and things like that. So that energy that he gives off can confuse people. Either people are like looking at him like, oh, he's scary, or they're jealous of him. It's because of his energy. It's not because of anything that he did. And sometimes you miss, well, not sometimes, if you don't know yourself and you're not familiar with that kind of energy, then you can misread someone. Just like with me, Libra rising. What is Libra? Libra's a people pleaser. Libra's kind. They're nice. They want balance, so they don't want to disrupt anything. So, uh, wanting to think about stuff to make sure that we thought this through and this is the right decision, that can come off to people as like, oh, you're too nice. Like, people have told me like, oh, you think you're an angel. And when someone says that, it's like, you think I'm an angel, because I never said that. If you're saying I think I'm an angel, it's because you see me that way. You don't know how to receive that energy. You think because I'm being kind and I'm being nice that I'm trying to do something sneaky or something. I'm really not. But that's because that's you. You do that to people. So when you see me being nice, you think I'm doing what you do. Does that make sense? I didn't see it for a long time until now. And Sherry, we did your chart the other day, didn't we? Let me see. I forget what your rising is. Did we do your chart? Oh, you have a Pisces rising. So when you get a chance, look that up. Look up Pisces rising or Pisces ascendant, and it can give you more insight as to that energy and how people perceive you. And it's in, looks like the first house. Yeah, so look up Pisces rising or Pisces ascendant. And when you read that, you're going to be like, wow, that's why people are that way towards me or whatever. Oh, Mal put it in there. I didn't even see it. So the rising ascendant represents how a person has learned to present themselves to the world and can even function as a shield or a mask to guard a person's real nature. The ascendant also has a strong bearing on a person's physical appearance and overall health. Yeah. So knowing someone's ascendant can tell you a lot about the energy they give off when they're around. And even with the Libra rising, it sounds like a beautiful placement. It is, but everyone doesn't receive it that way because they don't know what it is. So it's like you feel this energy and you see this and you're like, it makes you uncomfortable because you don't know what it is. And some people are just, they're not aware anyway. So it's like they completely confuse everything. Like I've been told, oh, I thought you were going to be conceited, or I thought you was going to be loud. Like it's rare that a person has actually judged me in the correct manner. I've been judged wrong so many times. Um, I don't know, Sherry. When I looked it up, you have an Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Pisces rising. Not a Pisces moon. You have an Aries moon. From the information that you sent me, she can't handle my energy, right? Yeah, if a person can't handle your energy, like we can't be mad at that because you don't even know your own energy. You mad at my energy, but you don't know your energy. So how, you see what I'm saying? Like we can't expect someone to understand something they don't know anything about. Just like some of the things I went through years ago, I didn't know any better. I was just experiencing life. I was just doing what I thought was right. So it's like I can't be mad at some of the outcomes that happen. I can't be stuck in the past like, why did I do that? Why was I with that person? I didn't know. But now that I know, I can do the right thing for myself. So that's all. When people look at us and they don't like us or they have a problem with us, we just have to understand that they don't know. And we need to get away from them. Like I'm stay away from you because you on some other stuff energy wise and I don't want to be around that. Just keep it moving. I'm not mad, but I can't fool with that kind of person. That's right. See, and you knowing that is that's the key right there. And not just dealing with that person just because you're like, I gotta get away from that. That's part of you loving yourself. You don't stay around people that don't make you feel good and that don't know how to treat you, that don't understand you. That's not self-love. See, that's self-love is more than just looking at yourself and telling yourself beautiful. It's staying away from people that you don't need to be around. Putting the right food in your body that makes you feel good and makes you feel alive. Eating to live, not living to eat. Um, Learning yourself on a deeper level. I've had a lot of women that have been like jealous of me or were saying things about me that just weren't true. They didn't even know me. They just talking crazy because of my energy. I didn't do nothing wrong to them, but that's just how they perceive my energy. So it's like I can't be mad at you. I was back then like, why is she hating? Like, that's corny. I didn't do nothing to her. But now I understand you were overpowered by my energy. You didn't know what it was and you didn't know how to react towards it. So I can't even be mad at you. Hey, El Janelle. Yes, the food part is man, listen, you want to get your mind right, you got to eat. You got to eat right. You got to eat right. I talk about food a lot in my streams. We eat a lot of the same stuff because we know. And when we eat something that isn't in our body's best interest, we know because we consistently had a certain type of diet. So when we eat something and it throws us off, then like I had some vegan mac and cheese yesterday. I was super bloated and I had mad gas. My body was like, mm-mm. So as much as I used to like it, my body just doesn't tolerate it. So I can either indulge in that taste, like I like this the way it tastes, and just deal with the uncomfortableness in my body, or I can be like, you know what, it's not worth it, and not eat it. Discipline. And as much as I love food, I want to eat everything, but I have to think about how I feel. Hi, A. I can't really see that. AIBALB. I'm sorry to say, but it's Thursday in Europe. Okay, what time is it? No, you're fine. You don't have to leave. It's Wednesday. It's almost 6 o'clock here where I am in the US on the West Coast. Oh wow, 3 a.m. You're up. You're up late or early. I don't know. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. But yeah, so we want to have a clear mind, but then we're eating all this stuff that's confusing us. So it's like contradicting. What do you really want? Oh, you want to troll? You don't have to troll. You can just talk. We're here talking about astrology. Maybe you might like it. You're here for a reason. See, like that. People come to you for a reason, and we can't always be defensive towards why someone is doing what they're doing or why they're around. You know what I'm saying? Troll this. Got my security guard in here. What's up, Shiz? Yo, I mac and cheese. I can't eat dairy though, so it's as much as I used to kill it. I can't do it anymore. And I say stuff like I'm not a cow, and people are like, "Oh, you're being smart," but it's true. Like cow's milk is for cows. I'm not a cow. That's why my body doesn't like it. I get headaches. My face breaks out. I get stomach cramps. I can't do it. Let me ask y'all a question. If I bought you some giraffe milk, would you use it? Would you try it? Like seriously, would you try giraffe milk? I don't even know how I would get giraffe milk, but I had to think of something outlandish. If they sold giraffe milk in the store, would you get giraffe milk and use it in your food? We're conditioned to do these things. People say, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. Yes, because you're not a cow, baby. You're not a cow. It's okay. Like goat's milk, people use goat's milk. We don't think about that. Your body's trying to break down something that is not of you. It's an animal, right? So if you're putting something from an animal into you and your body's fighting to break it down, it's because you're not that. Even with eating like meat, I'm not saying you people shouldn't eat meat at all. I don't really know what your body does. Like there's so many things that you have to take into consideration when you're eating. I We just learned recently about eating for your blood type. There's certain foods that can disturb what's going on in your body based off of your blood type. It gets deep. Like biology is, listen, it's so much to learn. It's not just about astrology, but that's where we focus on because that's what we are learning, and that is also for me personally what has helped me the most understand my energy and who I am. So I want to know who reaching up there to get giraffe milk. Yo, the same thing with cows. Like, I've seen how they milk cows before, but actually breastfeeding all the time, I'm like, damn, this is like how the cows feel, but worse because they're machines. That's crazy. But yeah, with the dairy, yo, I was a cheese head. I like using different types of cheeses and everything. Like, I can't do it anymore. It's my body. I never really was able to tolerate it. Anytime you eat something and you blowing up the bathroom like on some funky shit, that's a problem. Cause when you when you do the doo doo, it shouldn't really have a smell. That smell is telling you something. You can tell what you ate sometimes by the smell of your pot. So I don't know if y'all ready for this conversation, but cows don't like machines at all. Like we shouldn't be doing these things to these animals, you know? And in the past, I didn't know any better. This is how we grew up. This is what we do. This is what we eat. It's not in your DNA. It's in your food, your habits. We take on the habits from our family. Like a lot of people in my family have high blood pressure, and I always thought it was because that's just in our DNA, but it wasn't. It's because we salt heads. We salty. My mom used to salt the shit out of food, yo. Like to this day, I have to be consciously aware of my salt intake because that's how I grew up was using a lot of salt. That's not my DNA. That's a habit that I picked up. So if I want to have high blood pressure, I can eat the way that my mom used to cook food, or I can adjust it so I don't have high blood pressure. These are things that we can get out of. They make it harder to eat right. Yes, these are facts. Do the doo doo. See, and it's like I want everyone to feel good, right? Physically, mentally, all that. But I can't force no one to do nothing. If you want to eat your cheese and all that, go ahead. Like, do your thing. I'm not hating. I'm just speaking on what I know, what I've learned. And I know I'm not a cow. So I no longer use cow's milk. And in the beginning, it was super hard. I relapsed. I had milk relapse or cheese relapse, I should say, so many times. And so it just got to a point where I was just tired of feeling like shit. Nikki, I think, do you remember that one time we were doing the vegan joint and I ate the pita and it had dairy in it and I got a really bad headache? I remember I dropped you off at home. But yeah, so people are slowly getting creative even with the being more healthy. Yeah, definitely, Eljanelle. And I love it. And for me, it's fun. Like experimenting with something that had dairy in it and using coconut or almond milk instead or cashews. Man, that's awesome. Everyone doesn't like that though. Everyone doesn't like to be creative and try different recipes and all that. I, for one, I'm one of those people. I like to do that. So for me, it's like a challenge. Like, all right, I want pizza, but I know I can't have mozzarella cheese. And I know that the vegan cheese doesn't necessarily always sit right with me. And that's another thing. Just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's healthy. Potato chips are vegan, but if you eat potato chips every day, you might end up with a fupa. I'm just saying. So just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's healthy, and that's another thing people misconstrue. Just if someone says they're vegan, it's like, oh, you're healthy. That's not true. You can eat bread and rice and stuff all day. That's not necessarily a balanced, healthy diet. So it's all about what you actually eat. Um, and I don't like to call myself vegan. Like every now and again, we might eat some fish. Um, but that's not something that we can do every day. We are more plant based, and experimenting has been fun. I made a lot of videos from experimenting with food. Hey Eddie, um, you remember that? Oh shit, what the hell? I know a person that went vegan and 40 pounds. Yes, yes, because vegan doesn't mean healthy unless you're actually eating the right stuff. I've gained weight when I was on a vegan diet because all I was eating was rice and veggies. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be like losing weight. Yeah, right. Now with rice every day, that's a starch. I remember I came off vegan, ate pizza, got a headache, ate chicken, got a headache. Yeah, Nikki, your body tells you what you should be eating. The struggle right now is fighting myself about feeling better, eating what I want. Yeah, that's why it takes a lot of discipline. It's taken me. I went vegan in 2016, no 15, and it's taken me time to even get off of the dairy. Cause I wouldn't be eating dairy, and then I would eat it again. Cause I'm telling you, I was a cheesehead, mac and cheese, pizza, all that stuff. But it got to a certain point where it was like, all right, what are we doing for real? Like, are you gonna just continue this cycle or no? Um, Fupa's Fupa is a fat upper pussy area. A Fupa is healthy. I don't know, Addie. To each their own. But my point is that if you're not eating right, you're gonna know. Your body's gonna tell you. You ignore it, then you know, have fun with that. Um, we had cheesesteaks yesterday with oyster mushrooms and a little vegan cheese on. I think it's called torta bread. That shit was popping, yo. It really was like a cheese, like the flavor of the cheesesteak. Not like exactly, but it was really good. If you know how to season something, you could cook a boot and make that joint taste like fish. Like, because ultimately, fish doesn't taste like fish. If you get a cheeseburger, it's the seasoning that makes it good. Go eat a burger without no seasoning and come back and tell me it's good. Yes, Sherry, it was so good. Oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms really don't have flavor, so you can do whatever you want. I like to fry them with a fish fry. So good. But yesterday he sauteed them in a cast iron skillet and he seasoned them. Man, that shit was good. See, it's stuff like that. I get excited because I'm like, yes, I want a cheesesteak, but I can't eat the beef anymore because beef makes me angry and it makes my stomach hurt. So I gotta substitute it. Got these oyster mushrooms over here. A lot of people like to use mushrooms or tofu. I don't get down with the tofu like that. But mushrooms, baby bella, portobello, oyster, yeah, it's a party. The whole outskirts of Philly just came out of you when you described that. You're gonna use that against you gonna try to use that against me now? I should never told y'all. Um, y'all funny. Um, yeah. So I wish I could cook for y'all and show y'all and have y'all try my food. Maybe one day I'll be able to like slide the food through the screen and you could eat it. Yeah, I don't like tofu. It just doesn't sit right with me. And soy, eating a lot of soy isn't really good, especially for men because it increases your estrogen. So I don't know if the story was true or not, but I read a story about a guy who was eating he went vegan, he was eating a lot of soy and he ended up with like little breasts. I don't know if it's true. I kind of believe it, but Yeah, soy is weird. I don't really care for it. I like mushrooms. And I was only eating oyster mushrooms. And then Mount came and he introduced me to the baby Bella mushrooms. So that was nice because I was eating the same mushroom. And see, that's another thing. Let's say, I'm going to say maybe 5 years ago, if you try to get me to eat a mushroom, I'd have looked at you like you were crazy. Because I'm like, a mushroom, that's fungus. That's fungi. I don't want to eat that. It's going to make me sick. When you don't know, that's just what happens. But I gave it a try. And look, I'm still alive. So, yeah. Just so I give you tingle bitties. I'm not trying to find out. But that's what the article said. It said that he got breasts. And I read that, it does increase your estrogen levels. But damn, like, I feel like, wouldn't you have to eat a lot of soy for that to happen? Um, as a man to get breasts? Like, you and Mal get creative with your food. Yes. And I've been doing it for a while. So for him to introduce me to some other mushrooms and stuff, like, we have fun over here. Well, I don't know if he has fun. Do you have fun, Mal? Because I do when I'm cooking. And usually I end up in the kitchen when he's DJing. It's like the perfect match, music and cooking. I want to cook one day and have him DJing like in the kitchen and we stream. Wouldn't that be dope? Like literally, he's got all his DJ equipment in the kitchen and I'm cooking. You telling me you had mad cow disease? No, sir, I did not have mad cow disease. Yeah, he would have had to eat a whole lot of soy. And there's soy in everything. You really have to look at the ingredients of what you're eating. Funnel cake, vegan funnel cake, give it to me. Watch, Sherry, I'm gonna do that. Watch. I'm gonna make some funnel cake. It's really not that hard either. Like pancake batter, you could do that. A lot of dudes out here walking around with boobies. Yes. Man teats. Looking like they breastfeed. I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? And include the recipes. Yeah, definitely. I do have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/love Monet. I haven't been uploading as frequently, but there are a lot of recipes on there that I've shared that I've made with like step-by-step instructions, what seasonings I use, and then pictures and stuff. Because I'm not a cow, Eddie. That's why beef makes me angry. Yo, a lot of people, you don't even realize what you're eating, like, messes with your emotions. Because whatever that animal is feeling, that's what you feeling. How do fish eyes make you feel after you eat them? Like, you really got to sit and think about this stuff. All we think about is, this tastes good, but we're not thinking about how it's affecting us. For me, I can only speak for me. When I went vegan and then I ate beef, it gave me really bad cramps. My body just it didn't break it down. Like it just wasn't good for me. It's not something I need to be eating. What's that called? A taboo. Oh, and you know what, Eddie? That's a good point. So when we learned about our blood type, beef is actually something that we're supposed to avoid because me and Malk have the same blood type. So beef is something that we're supposed to avoid, and chicken. It was like the more leaner meats, like goat was on there. It was something else I never heard of. Um, I don't remember, but it breaks down like things that are more beneficial for you based off of your blood type. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to cut everything out. Because at first we were trying to cut all this stuff out. And it's like you got to have balance with anything that you do. So just completely stopping eating and changing it. And there's still a lot of research and studies that that say like it's not 100% that you have to switch completely. It's just if you know that when you eat cashews, your nose starts running, then maybe you should switch to walnuts. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. The best nowadays ain't right. Yeah, the beef is definitely not right. And I mean, like when if unless you're raising the animal and you're treating them good and feeding them good and you know murdering, like um, killing them in a certain kind of way, then you're getting the energy. You know, think of what's happening to those animals before they're, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get too graphic, but everything is energy. Whatever you eat is energy. That's why eating plants, a plant, something that grows from the earth, eating plants does something different to your body than eating dead animal flesh. And that's just what it is. People don't like hearing that. You're eating a dead animal that had feelings. Like, so you're getting that energy. It's just what it is. I don't do a lot of beef. Yeah. Even when I like we found out we weren't supposed to be eating chicken. So it tells you what's most beneficial, what's neutral. So neutral stuff is stuff that it doesn't have a severe effect on you, but it's not the most beneficial. And then you have stuff that you should completely avoid. So chicken was actually on the avoid list. So we had tried to eat chicken the one night. We did, and the next day both of us we was messed up in the stomach. And we were kind of disappointed. I personally love chicken wings, okay? I used to eat chicken wings all the time. It don't work for me. Doesn't really matter how they were killed. Fish is a dead animal. Yes, it does matter how they were killed, Eddie. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. You gotta look it up. What the health is it? There's another one. Just like when you're around a person and they're giving off negative, low vibrational energy, and you pick up on that and it makes you feel some kind of way. It's the same thing with eating. Um, so whatever you're putting into your body is going to change your energy. Even plants, everything that you put in your body changes your energy. Yeah, no, vegans don't eat fish. Pescatarians eat fish. I'm not vegan, Eddie. You so mad that we plant based? Eddie be coming at us for being plant based. So for me, when I was saying I was vegan, it was because it was specific at that time. We don't call ourselves vegan no more because we're not vegan. Sometimes we eat fish, but we know what it does. So we have to be prepared if we choose to do that, for the outcome of that. When you stop doing something for a while and then you do it again, just like drinking alcohol. If you drink and then you stop drinking for a while, when you drink again, it's gonna have a different effect on your body. Once your body's cleared it out and it's got rid of all the toxins and stuff. That's just the way it works. I would get into biology, but I'm still learning about that. The body is crazy, yo. Like you gotta respect that. I'm not mad we went through this last night. Remember my chart. You're sensitive, Pisces, water. You got water. Oh, and when I did your chart, I put 12 a.m. instead of 12 p.m. It actually says you're a Cancer ascendant, not a Scorpio ascendant. Pisces moon, Pisces sun, Cancer ascendant. But yeah, the only thing I can say is you got to try it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I'm only speaking off of experience. Maybe you can eat a baconator and be fine, but if I ate a fucking cheeseburger right now, my my whole ass would probably explode, and my head too. Mr. Colt 45. I know you're not mad, Eddie. I'm fucking with you. Where you fucking with me? But yeah. So damn, I've been on here for an hour and a half. All I'm saying is pay attention to what you're putting in your body, how it affects you. That's all I'm saying. And everyone's different. Everyone has a different tolerance. Some people can eat some things and other people can't. That's just what it is. I can only talk about myself. You like, God bless you, good name. Oh, but yeah, that's something. Look at my shirt. Plants are the best medicine. I can't show the whole shirt. Yeah. Plants are really the best medicine. I haven't been sick in a long time because I'm not putting the nonsense in my body. Hey, son. Yeah, I haven't been live for a while. And I'm about to get off because I think dinner is ready. Um, Plants are the best medicine. I had a ear infection a couple years ago, and I found this remedy with garlic, and I actually did it, and my ear infection was gone within 24 hours, a little over 24 hours. I didn't have to take no antibiotics, nothing. So, yeah. What's for dinner? I think he's making like a fried rice. Is that sunshine? Yeah, that's sunshine. But I'm really feeling for another one of those. I don't even want to call it a cheesesteak because it's not a cheesesteak. I'm call it a mushroom. Can I call it a mushroom steak? I remember when you did that for your. Yeah, that's the thing. When we don't know, we're not gonna just be like, oh, let me put garlic oil in my ear. Like, I would have never known, but I looked it up because I was like, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm not taking antibiotics. I used olive oil, Sherry. So I took the olive oil and I sauteed the garlic until it was a little dark, and then I strained the oil, let it cool off, and put a couple drops in my ear. And I did that a couple times, and that joint was going. I did it for my daughter too. A she had an ear infection at one point, and I did the same thing. Even when she was sick, she hasn't been sick since she was three and a half, four. The last time that she was sick, I gave her a bath with someone had told me this because I didn't know. They said take green alcohol and put it in water and like either give her a bath or rub her down with that to get rid of the fever. And it got rid of the fever, and I just kept her hydrated and she was good. I don't we don't do medicine over here. We run to the earth, herbs, stuff like that. But again, because of the way that we eat, we don't even really need to do any of that. We just eat good and we just drink our water and mind our business, as Astro Finesse says. Yeah, antibiotics are the worst. They're the worst. And when you take medicine, it's like you take medicine for one thing and then it does something else. And it's like I see I experienced watching my mom take medicine and it messing something else up. So I always had like this uh I don't know the word. I'm gonna say racism because I can't think of the word right now. I was racist towards medicine. And as I got older and I learned more, I'm like, that's what it is. Like, I remember one time they gave her something for her liver and it messed her kidney up. She ended up needing a kidney transplant. I was like, yo, this is real. This is deep. Like, you really have to watch what you put in your body. Rubbing on alcohol on them when they're sick works like magic. I didn't even know it actually worked. Yeah, I didn't know it works either. But I at that time I was like, I was trying everything because I would refuse to give her medicine. And like she's never been vaccinated and she barely was ever sick. But this one time she got sick and I was kind of freaking out. And I was like, I gotta figure this out. And I remember I got on Facebook and I was like, does anyone know any home remedies for fevers? And my homegirl, she told me that. So these medicines are crazy, yeah. Cures headaches, side effect, you dead then. Exactly. That's why they say them those side effects so fast. On the commercials, they be like, yeah, take this medicine may cause, and there's this whole paragraph at the bottom. Shit is wild. The headache gone, but so is you. My babies aren't vaccinated. I'm over everyone telling me I should. Yeah, that vaccination conversation is like so. That's like talking about religion. People get really sensitive about that. I had someone that actually like we stopped being cool because me and my daughter aren't vaccinated. Like dead ass. Even though I was around her and her kid for like 2 almost 3 years and we never killed them from not being vaccinated. Yeah, everything definitely has a side effect. But with medicine, that's a whole different ball game for me. I feel like I need to take my babies to an island and just hide. And if we small on the screen. Yeah, they say it real fast and small on the screen. And then when you get the medicine, nobody's reading all of that. Like, you ever read your whole prescription? I have. A long time ago when I was living in Atlanta and I got sick and I went and they gave me an antibiotic. I didn't end up taking it, but I read through that whole thing and I was like, hell no, I'm not taking this. Nope. Prime example of what you don't know won't hurt you. Yo, we gotta question everything. Even what I'm telling you right now, you need to question that and you need to go figure it out for yourself. You can't just take what someone says and just run with it. You have to do your own research. Everything isn't for everybody. Maybe I can eat a spinach salad and you can't, and makes your eyes swell up. You know what I'm saying? It's all about finding out what works for you and what's best for you. I believe in things that are natural. That's just me. I don't want something that was made in a lab. I don't want to put that in my body. I have antibiotics now and I'm like, it can sit there. Yeah, anything that happens, I'm looking that up. Like even when I first met Malk, he was having back pains, and I was looking up oils to rub on his back to help with his back pains. Like it's so many other things we can do before we go to that route, but it's about accessibility. Nobody wants to do all that stuff. They just want give me what I need, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Me, I want to go the longer route. Let me do this research. Let me make up this tincture. I was looking up pressure points on the foot. I put him to sleep with a foot massage, y'all. Rub that big toe. You got a man or a woman, go rub their big toe tonight. Massage that joint. Put some coconut oil on there or something. The big toe and below that, and watch what happens. For the back pain, let me see. It was rosemary oil, peppermint. Oh snap! I was about to get off. All purpose with the raid. Thank you for the raid, all purpose. Hey ZB. Hey Booms. I'm looking into Japanese healings. Facts, I've been trying different things for my headaches. So for the back pain, it was rosemary oil, peppermint oil. Ah, this was a while ago. I forget what else. Yeah, lavender is good. You can rub that right on your temples. You can put some coconut oil. Yeah, eucalyptus. Thank you, Sherry. See, you in my brain because you know. Hey, all purpose. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? We're in here talking about self-love. So we talking about food, astrology, all that stuff. Take lavender, rub it on your pillowcase. I wouldn't rub it on your pillowcase because that shit will stain it. Put it in a water bottle with some water and spray it. Yeah, peppermint is amazing. Use peppermint and some almond oil or some coconut oil. Your feet hurt, do a foot rub, or your back. You could rub it on your back and use a heating pad. That helped me after having um, my son peppermint oil. I never knew peppermint oil with coconut oil and then a heating pad. Yo, that really works. Please tell them prune juice is a cure for everything. Yo, what's up with y'all and prune juice? Y'all have this thing with prune juice. Aloe vera. What were you drinking that for? I never drank that. I wanted to, but I didn't really know enough about it and I never really looked into it. Aloe vera is good for burns though. I know that for a fact. Because I've done burned myself on the oven plenty of times. Yeah, a diffuser is definitely good. Even with your bath, you can put essential oils in your bath. You can put coconut oil in your bath. I like that kind of stuff. It's good for so much. Um, the aloe vera juice that I seen, it was kind of thick, and I didn't. The texture for me, I couldn't do it. It messed with your stomach. But what were you? What was the aloe vera for? Like, why were you drinking it? What are the benefits of the aloe vera as far as like drinking it? Oh, for fat. Oh, okay. I never knew. I never knew. I feel great, ZB. It's getting dark over here. I need to turn the light on. I feel great. You missed the story again, ZB. Oh my gosh. Malk said he's gonna tell the my birth story again on Freaky Friday. It didn't mess with my stomach. It helped with my gut. It helped me. Oh, okay. You know what? Pineapple. I didn't know. I used to eat pineapple, and I never knew that that helps with going to the bathroom until Malk put me onto that. Like you eat some pineapple at night, and in the morning, clear you right out. Clear out my intestines and clear toxins. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like so many different things you can utilize to clear yourself out or to help your skin or whatever. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn the light on. There we go. Um, Pineapples helps during sex too. No comment. I'm a virgin. But yeah, so how y'all feeling? What y'all doing? Where's everybody at right now? I know I'm on the West Coast, 6:30 over here. Most of y'all are on the East Coast, so it's 9:30 on a hump day. I was salty though, because I learned during pregnancy that pineapples can induce your labor. If you eat too much of it, it has something in it. I think it's called bromelain or something like that. It can definitely induce your labor. So I had to chill on the pineapples when I was pregnant. I was like really nervous because I was not trying to have the baby like anytime too early. Do you have any books you go to for some of these remedies? I do, Elgin. Now, I have one that's called Healing Herbs that I was using. And then I have, what's the other one? I have so many books. Um, Herbs for Healing. Oh, the Green Witch. I was using that a while ago. The Green Witch is really good. And then a lot of stuff I look up online, and I also double check. So like if I go online and I look something up, I'll check other sources too. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want to be sure. But learning about certain oils and herbs and stuff, and then once you know what it's for, then you can kind of like incorporate it into other with other stuff. 9:35. All right, Nikki, have a good night. Yeah, bromelain, see? Sherry, you on point, girl. Wait, did you have the baby? Yes, I had the baby. Big healthy baby. And that's one thing too that because I had a doula. How did I leave that out? I had a doula, and she used oils. When she did I'm all tongue tied, a prenatal massage, and she used a bunch of oils, a postpartum massage. I'm sorry, and it really helped. She used frankincense, peppermint, and it was something else. I don't remember. I don't think she told me what else, but I know from the smell of it. And it just like loosened up all my muscles, and it just made everything feel a lot better. Y'all had a son. Thank you, ZB. Yes, we have a Leo sun over here, lighting up our life. Um, Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, All Purpose. Thank you, son. Thank y'all. Yes, we had a son, 9 pound. Mal told the story the other night, but he's gonna tell it on Friday. So y'all gotta make sure y'all tuned in for Freaky Friday so he can make fun of me and all my crazy noises I was making. I was um I was in labor for 4.5 hours, so it wasn't. Well, actually, I don't know how long I was in labor. I think I went into labor the night before, but I just didn't recognize it because my pain tolerance. But the next night it went down. Had him at 4:02 in the morning. What's Cisco oil? Are you are you talking about the vegetable oil? I'm dead. Yes, I was joking like I'm gonna have a 9 pound baby, and then I really did. Yo, you words are powerful, okay? But Malk is he's really tall, so what did I really expect? Everything looks good on my end, son. You might want to refresh. Did I say Crisco? No. Eddie said Cisco oil, and I was wondering. I thought he was making a joke. Um, the oil for the foot or the back? I said almond oil or coconut oil. Just like I would have never thought to put coconut oil in my bath, but the coconut oil with the hot water, it just does something to your muscles, and it also makes your skin feel really good. But just know you're gonna have a fun time cleaning the oil out because oil and water don't mix. So if you put it in the water when you're trying to clean it out, it's gonna be interesting. Yep, all natural. I had a home birth, so I had him in a kiddie pool in my living room. Oh, I think it's time for me to get off. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm about to get up off here, y'all. The lion has awoken. It's a big baby. Oh, I got 15 people in here. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and man, it's been a while. I wanna get on more often, and I would love to say I'm gonna get on this day at this time, but that's just not going to happen because yeah. Yes, because it's been an hour. Every hour, girl. I'm not gonna complain though because I'm able to give him exactly what he needs. Yeah. I should have waited to tell the story, but I was excited to share my story because it was an experience that's really worth sharing. And there's so many women that want to have a natural birth, but they're afraid. And because of the condition that we have, where it's like you got to go to the hospital, you got to get an epidural, and all these other things, you have to have the knowledge from someone that has experienced it to be able to share it with you, so you can see another side of it because it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for coming in, Sherry. Thank you all for coming in. Yes, DB, on Friday, Freaky Friday. You got to come in Malk's stream for Freaky Friday to get the story and to laugh. Just pop on when you can. I will, and I'll be sure to drop it, uh, send a message out or drop it in my Discord. So make sure you join my Discord. And also turn your notifications on so that way if I don't send it or you don't get the notification of the message, at least you'll get it for the notification that I'm streaming. Yeah, there because a lot of people shared like the negative sides of natural births, but you know, everybody's experienced differently. I had a beautiful experience. I had a beautiful partner to help me through it. I couldn't have did it without him. And even though it did have a moment of like I can't do this, I did it and I made it. So I feel good and I'm thankful. And I'm probably going to end up doing like a YouTube for it. Like I really want to talk about it in detail. Like this, y'all don't understand how much it meant to me to be able to do that and to have the support too. So I want to share it like in detail, probably on my YouTube. So I'll let y'all know if I do that, and when I do it, I'll be back on here at some point. Remember, if you're not following Malk, DJ Malk G's, follow him so that you can get in on the Freaky Friday streams. He does 90s hip hop and R&B on Wednesdays, and then randomly he pops on other days. The other night we were on talking about astrology. So, you never know what you're gonna get, but you're always gonna get something good and something real from our experience. So, I'll text you, ZB. I'll text you the link for Freaky Friday. Should I drink Coke 45 or prune juice? Mix them together, Eddie. uh, yeah, water births are amazing. They really are. I don't even want to get off, but I have to, y'all. I got mama duties. Cold 45 and prune juice, Eddie. Add some ice to it. You know what I'm saying? You can have that with your fish eyes if you